In the various here RoadTrek motorhomes, um, a lot of the hardware, other miscellaneous items are obsolete, difficult to find, not easy to find replacement parts, and so on. Among which is this catch right here. And so, since I not necessarily on a budget, but since I was curious as to what I could do to come up with a fix, as well as with various different color tones that I've been using in this motorhome since I bought it to repair a few items. One of which was to change, and I think I probably described this before. You're looking at the captain's chair on this 2009 RoadTrek Popular RT210 Popular. Doesn't make any difference which year, which model. But on the Popular, the captain's chair could only go back so far, and as well as to be able to recline the seat, which I didn't like in the very first one I had in 2016. It was a 2009 RoadTrek 210 Popular, and I told myself if I ever got another one that I would modify the cabinet, which is right here. This cabinet behind the wall that was behind the captain's chair, I modified it, but that was in a different video. So but this one just in particular identifies what I did for the catches on this, since didn't want to just run to Home Depot or Lowe's. It's not an Accurite slide that's in here. It's a normal drawer slide, probably 18 inches long or whatever. But in the front of it, because of cheap metal and with vibration, there's just a little groove that the drawer, when it's pushed back in, sort of locks into place, and that wears down. The only other option is to replace the slide, because these didn't come with a door lock per se. This drawer has been modified. I took about 5 inches off the right side, so that's why you'll see this hole right here was the original drawer pull hole, but I decided to center it in the drawer. Afterwards, I thought I can always go with a rod like this. They are out there, they're about 3 inches. You can get one that's 3 inches center to center to replace it, but I like the look of this knob instead, so I opted for just filling this in with a piece of dowel and just clean over it. But in order to lock this into place, what I took was, you can go to your local Ace Hardware store. Plumbing supply place is the best one, because you can buy them by the piece or by extras. And that is a toilet supply tank rod right here. It's brass. It comes with a pre-formed loop on the end, similar to what this is right here. It's longer than this. I just cut it off to fit. But you can get a pack of these from Ace Hardware. They're not cheap. It's probably about $8 for 2 of these things. But you go to your plumbing supply place, pay about $1.50 for these. You can cut off the existing one and form another bend on the end to make 2 of these out of one of these toilet tank arms. This is brass, and I decided to put a block here and align the pin with the groove that was already done in the drawer. So if you see that, it lines up with those grooves. So that way, if this catch comes undone, the door is not going to come open driving down the road. But on the side here, on this piece of trim that I put on this wall after I modified it, originally this drawer, pull-out drawer, was also wider. It was another 5 inches wider, and it had lamination on the top of it. Well, that sort of went belly up as the lamination does peel. So I opted for a maple cutting board top that I got when I bought a table, brand new actually, from a local area thrift stores, made by or sold by IKEA to begin with. But this is a maple shelf or tabletop, and I cut it to fit in here versus the laminated top of the other one. But these drawers are held in place with this toilet tank rod. This is 3/4 of an inch thick, this piece right here. So that seam where it butts up against this wall, I just drilled a tiny hole to go all the way through into the drawer. So that way it prevents it from coming out. The same with this pull-out panel right here. If you just pull it out, well, right there, just pull it out far enough. Now you got your countertop. A little bit narrower than it was, but it still is functional for small eating or whatever, for if you turn the driver's side around, and it can also reach to the where the passenger front seat is if you rotate it around. But anyway, In essence, that's what this is. It locks this shelf into place. The side here might not be exactly lined up, but all of these have these little pull-out pins, and that way you can hold your door in place. If you got this type of style and you want to come up with a fix versus those locks, all this stuff I pretty much had on hand. I mean, the hardware and everything else, other than the toilet tank rods I had to get. But I had done that for another privacy item in my house years ago. It comes out as a pretty decent fix. Anyway,